my world.
All is well.
Ooh, my world. All is well. All is well in my world.
What else we want to claim? All is joy.
All is joy
In my world.
in my world.
All is joy.
All is joy
In my world.
in my world.
All is joy.
Ooh, my world. All is joy. All is joy in my
Let's claim a
world.
little love. All is love.
All is love
In my world.
in my world.
All is love.
All is love
In my world.
in my world.
All is
Ooh,
love.
my world. All is love. All is love in my
Now
world.
all is well.
All is
well.
All is well
In my world.
in my world.
All is well.
All is well
In my world.
in my world.
All is
Ooh,
well.
my world. All is well. All is well.
Let's just keep
in my
affirming all is well.
world.
All is well.
All is well. All is well in my world.
2 more times until we're sure we believe it.
All is well. All is well in my world.
Last time, all together.
All is well. All is well in my world.
Yeah. It's a song by my brother from another mother, Mr. Dale Worley. So we give a shout out to him at Unity of Savannah. Knowing they've already had service and they've already blessed the city of Savannah. So go check them out sometime. All right, this is our opportunity to turn and say good afternoon to your neighbor. If you're not a hugger, I encourage you to let people know that before they throw one on you. All are welcome, though. Huggers, non-huggers, it's all good. Just identify yourselves. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Lay all your fears and all your doubts aside. Let go of all the hurt you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Can you feel it? Can you feel the love of all who've gathered round? You are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Well, who'd have known that who you are is enough? And who'd you know that you could be so loved? Well, we knew, now you know. Yes, we knew. Now you know. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up
are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart.
Beautiful singing.
Yes, yes,
Beautiful
yes.
singing. And Kim Nipshin on the cajon, you know, we knew her as an electric guitar player, and then she said, well, I can play bass. And then she says, well, I can play that cajon. So thanks for jumping in. And Reverend Renee Laboa with us today. This is what a treat.
Great day. Woo, I tell you, this energy feels so good. We had a delightful celebration of life service earlier for one of our founding members, dear Kathleen Sharp. And it was so good to see old and new faces. And it's always good to be present and to know that we're always and should be always celebrating life, right? Okay, because we have a grand life to live right here and right now. So welcome to Awaken Spiritual Community. And those of you online joining us, thank you so much. Like, tag, share, bring other people into the room. And again, I'm so grateful to be present among you today. And we always love to start off our service with our vision and mission statement. And hopefully we have the screen on blank up here, so no? Oh, all right, okay. So, we didn't put folders out. You said towards, I got you. So, you all can just say it from your heart, right? You all know it. You all know it. Sure. So, our vision here at Awaken. Hold on. Our vision at Awaken. Okay, are you all with me? Y'all ready? All right. Is that we are a global community that recognizes, honors, and nurtures the dignity and uniqueness of all people and the oneness of creation. Ta-da. We did it. All right. It's on the screen now. And our mission here is that we connect through the energy of loving kindness, spiritual practice, and sacred service. All right. Now I'm going back and forth. Ta-da. So now, y'all know we stay full of announcements. We got announcements. But I think Reverend Christie shortened it for me. So, do you have any gifts, services, paintings, etc.? I love that. So this is to donate to our silent auction, which will be part of our gala for Friday, April the 26th. We're going to have Eddie Watkins Jr. in the building. Come on, let's give it up. If you all were here last year for our gala, we had a grand time. So Eddie Watkins Jr. will be our guest musician and artist, and so you don't want to miss that. Our tickets are on sale now, so to get the tickets, we go to our website, which is awakeningcarolina.org, and that same weekend, we have our grand reopening service, which will be that Sunday with special guest Amy Steinberg and Renee Laboa. Let's give it up. Renee is right here. So we definitely don't want to miss that treat. So make sure you invite family, friends, and, bring the community in. So how many of you are looking forward to that? Yes. You got to bring your energy, right? You got to come with your energy in the room. And then we're also having free seminars on that Saturday with Heartlight's Reverend David Hulse and Reverend Christie. They will both be doing workshops that Saturday. I think it's around 10-ish to 2, and we have food trucks and fun things. So please make sure you are in the building and invite. People need to know who we are and where we are. Don't you agree? Come on. This is the time, right? This is the time. All right. And so make sure you mark your calendars for all of those fun events. It's our Fun Fun, F-U-N, fundraising weekend. So it's April the 25th through the 27th. So please make sure you mark your calendars. And next week is our potluck birthday Sunday. So after service, we like to celebrate everyone who is celebrating life. So we're going to be doing that after service. So please make sure you bring something to share if you can. We'll probably send out a link to see who would like to participate in bringing things to the potluck, okay? Sure. You may.
If you're in class, if you would, well, let me rephrase. If you're not in class, if you would allow everyone that is in class to be at the front of the line, because we do start class at 6:15. That way we still get to have a potluck experience and our class next week.
So Reverend Christie was saying, for those of us who are in class, if you all would be gracious to let us go first to get some food and fellowship so that we can be on time for class. All right. And our annual meeting is Sunday, March 30th, immediately following service. And Megan's term is up because she fulfilled her partial term of the board as a board member, for actually the board member before her. And she has expressed interest in serving another term. So we will vote on her position as well as anyone else. And the nominating committee will bring that forward to us. So if you are interested in serving on the board, a member of the nominating committee, you need to bring that information to, and they will also give you what the requirements are. And the nominating committee consists of Reverend Christie, Sherry, Reverend Ned, Brandon in the sound booth in the back raising his hand, and Terry Ann. And again, they can give you the requirements. And also, Reverend Ned is available. He's our practitioner for today. So if anyone is in need of prayer, you can seek out Reverend Ned. He is available for affirmative prayer, what we call treatment, after service. So please seek him out. And if you are ever in need of prayer throughout the week, you can email us at prayer@awakeningcarolina.org. That is prayer@awakeningcarolina.org, or you can text or call us at 980-292-4433. And awesome.
I have a place to stay.
We have a testimony. Remember we do that testimony Sunday service. All right. Thank you for sharing, Wilma. And also, one of our announcements is that we have a popcorn sale. You know what, Frankie? Can you please just come on up real quick? Run. We appreciate you so much. Because I'm like, you know what? You would say it so much better.
Okay, guys, we're going to do what is called, some of you are familiar with it, a lot of you are not, I'm surprised. It's called Double Good Popcorn Sale. It's a 4-day virtual sale. Literally, you can create a link, we can send it to you, you create your own pop-up store, you send it out to your family and friends, and they buy it, and it's delivered to their home. You don't have to do a thing. Starts the 20th, which is Thursday at 5 o'clock. It will end on Monday at 5 o'clock. If you do not want to set your own store up and just want to participate by ordering popcorn, please see me, because I would love to get the credit for selling a lot of popcorn. Because the last one I participated in, out of about 10 people, as you saw, Reverend Chris, I sent you a screenshot. I was at the bottom. Too. I sold about $233. Other people sold $500 and more. So it's like that. You just send it to people. It's really easy. If you don't want to set your own store, make sure we have, those of us who will have stores, have your number so we can send you the link to order, okay? And share with the popcorn as well. It is a fundraiser, and the goal is for it to offset the cost of the weekend, the grand opening weekend, if that makes sense. At the gala and the grand opening. Yes. Yeah. And so therefore, whatever we make will be profit.
Thank you for sharing, Frankie. So you all get it? So this popcorn sale, it's delicious, and this is going to help us prepare faster and easier for the gala weekend, okay? So, and then a reminder to join us for class with Reverend Christie each Sunday at 6:15 after we fellowship in the lighthouse with our Fresh Bread Fellowship next door. And the class is spiritual practices for every day. The typical spiritual investment for Science of Mind classes ranges from $15 to $25 per class, but you can always give more if you led and less if you need to. You can also give of your time to one of our regular volunteer positions as a way of giving back in exchange for class if needed. So again, everyone is welcome. So, all right. And now we're going to have our Science of Mind reading by Morgan, who is behind me. And he's going to do the Science of Mind reading and our highlight. He's going to introduce that. All right. Thank you, Morgan.
You're welcome. I appreciate that. Okay, okay. So today, the 16th of March, the Science of Mind reading is titled The Gift of Peace. The third of the spiritual inheritances I want to think about is peace, which the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Philippians described as the peace of God which passeth all understanding. There is much to be said about this writing. In fact, we cannot really understand why all the gifts are given until we realize that we partake of the divine nature. We are not God, but we can be godlike in our uses of what is given. Peace can unfold without warning within us. We can simply awaken some mornings with a feeling of well-being that makes no sense. We are at ease, we feel powerful, and that's it. At other times, in the midst of stress or even chaos, we can learn to reason our way to peace. Let me repeat that. In the midst of stress or even chaos, we can learn to reason our way to peace. Through the use of consistent spiritual practice, we can turn to some familiar, favorite aspects of the infinite, which can spread the calmness and clarity of peace within us. Unless we enjoy the adrenaline rush that comes with discord and clamor, we eagerly seek peace. It is through the harmonious mind that we can rest ourselves and begin to think clearly again. Peace aids in healing, since it is the peaceful mind that is receptive to renewal of our natural patterns of wholeness and restoration. Now, we will do the affirmations. The affirmations. So, I will read a phrase, pause, and then y'all will read with me. Screen is on the right. I am the place where God stands forth in the world as me. I am the place where God stands forth in the world as me. I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me. I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me. And I eagerly let me be its grateful recipient. And I eagerly let me be its grateful recipient. And now we have a video. This month of March, we are doing videos to celebrate Black History Month, Women in Black History Month, yes. In this particular video, we will be honoring Bishop Dr. Barbara King.
refused to let the naysayers get her off course, and today Dr. Barbara is credited with inspiring many women who now serve.
Women cannot be preachers. That's a line.
Sorry, guys. This is a little more complicated.
Yeah, I got you. Just
Yeah, this is just a little bit tricky.
It's a good opportunity for us to thank our sound folks who do this for us out of the kindness of their heart every week. So Zeke is not here today, but usually it's Zeke and Brandon and Zarina. Yes. What I'm going to do is ask you to not worry about that right now. And instead, it's a great video, though, and I want to share it. So I will share it on our Facebook today. It is about Bishop Dr. Barbara King.
Women cannot be preachers. That's a line Bishop Barbara King heard
This is
over
ironic,
and
'cause she was
over
like-
again when she told preachers that she wanted to be a minister.
But she refused to let the naysayers get her off course, and today Dr. Barbara is credited with inspiring many women who now serve in the pulpit.
Well, in this special Black History Month report, Fox 5's Portia Bruner shows us how the Atlanta City Council
Okay, sorry, we tried.
It's okay. It's all right. But I am, it's interesting that it kept wanting to play, for us. It just kept coming back up because that was her. She would be like, I said I was going to do a thing. I'm going to do the thing. So I'm going to talk about her just a little bit in my talk. I think I have some notes in there about her. But how about instead we will, I really wanted you to see it, but that's okay. The synopsis. Reverend Renee, come on up, hon. The synopsis is that she was at a very young age said, I'm going to be a preacher. And they said, she was in the Baptist church, and they said, you're a girl. You can't be a preacher. And she basically said, watch me. And now in the Atlanta airport, one of the largest airports in the world, there's a tiny little chapel that is dedicated to Bishop Dr. Barbara King. There's so much more I want to say about her, so I will share this later. We loved meeting her.
She's about this tall.
She was a large in every way woman, and we had the honor of having her at a conference we were at one time. This is Reverend Renee Laboa. If she is new to you, I look forward to your hearts being blessed today in an extra special way. We were co-pastors of Spiritual Living Center of Charlotte for 10 years and have been friends since July 2001. And I'm just blessed beyond measure. And then I introduced her to one of my besties in my neighborhood, and they got married. So it's just, hi, Missy. Wifey's watching, I know. So I've asked her to join me today in a couple of different ways. She's going to share a song in a little bit. But first, we love to do a little prayer dance. So just let God move through and get us ready. So if you just take some breaths and center yourself, and let's have a time of meditation and affirmative prayer and centering.
We breathe. We just breathe into that space of oneness. Grounding ourself with all that is. All that is life. In the infinite, the creation, universal intelligence that continues to create upon itself. We are each and every one of us part of an expansive universe that continues to grow. And because we are one with this creative force back of all life, we expand and we continue to grow. We grow our consciousness. Remembering who we are. We are that which is the Christ consciousness. We keep our mind, our thoughts on high, not coming down for any situation. And I know in the mind of each and every one of us, there is a great connection. There is an energy, electric energy that flows from my heart to yours, and so on. Our thoughts are one. And as we breathe, we begin to synchronize. This is a sacred moment. And in this knowing, we hold this precious earth and her inhabitants, each of us. There is no other, for we are all family, one tribe, under God, unique in every way, like a beautiful tapestry. And yet we are all one and the same. We vision and hold in faith and consciousness a world that works for everyone, leaving no one out. We claim this, we know this, we become this truth. Fear does not move us. No consequence can. For the truth is, there is only one. And that one is God, that one is you, that one is me. And as we hold this planet and her inhabitants in the palm of our hand like a sacred stone, this becomes our prayer. This becomes our prayer. Peace is not a far-off fantasy. It is possible, and it must begin with us. We align ourselves with the truth above the physical world. We keep our consciousness on high, holding in our minds and our hearts and our words only the highest. Because our words have vibration. The I am statement is a statement of creation. You can find your own I am statement. Mine is, I am a way shower for peace, diversity, oneness. I am an ambassador for love. I am the light. I am. I am. I am. we go forth from this moment celebrating our magnificent uniqueness, our differences that we celebrate, knowing that we learn from one another, we grow from one another, we are one another. So we raise our consciousness above the illusion. And we say no to anything that is less like love. We just stand in it. We stand in it like it's our rock, our mountain. And we hold strong to that, knowing that our thoughts have power. And we are here for our brothers and sisters. So breathe this in. Breathe in your I am. Breathe in the precious glow of life. Breathe in the oneness of love, of peace, of connection, of unity, of family. And when you're ready, come back to the sound of the flute and align your breath right here. With each of us, we breathe. We breathe. We are synchronized. We are so grateful. We are so loved. Releasing this word back into the creative substance from which it came, knowing that it is done. We have changed the world right here and right now. For this I am certain, this I claim, this I know. And so it is.
Wow, that's right. So it is. Very ethereal. Yeah, it was. Renee. Fun, that's fun. Look, who am I? Reverend Renee LaBoa, rearranging the furniture. Actors Theater, circa 2008 to 2015. Okay. Let's see, about right there. Get the light going so I can see the pages. I can remember what I want to say. Just take some breaths. One more. We're going to let it out audibly together. There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Reverend Renee. That was fabulous. So, Lent. We are in Lent. Lent has begun. I was raised Southern Baptist. We didn't have the same experience around that as my Catholic friends and some other folks did. But I dated a Catholic once in college, and she gave up some stuff, so I thought, in solidarity, woohoo, I'm with you. She was giving up chocolate. It was her favorite thing in the whole world. It's like, if you can give up your favorite thing, honey, I'm going to give up my favorite thing. And I'm thinking chips, pizza, you know. She said, you're going to give up coffee? And I was like, yeah, that's what I meant. Sure. 40 days, no coffee. Day one, I was a full-time musician. I finished my job at about 3 a.m., by the way, so I needed that coffee. Day one, she comes home, and I am face planted on the bed. I failed you. I failed Jesus. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Seriously, couldn't do it. I have since proven that I can stop coffee for a while, but then I get over it and I go back. But the point is, you know, when I think about all the things, all the frivolous things that we give up sometimes, right, and say I'm doing this, you know, especially when we say I'm giving up this for Lent or whatever, I can just see Jesus being like, seriously, I'm supposed to represent my 40 days in the desert? Like, how about we give up the things that keep us separate from our source? How about we give up the things that keep us out of alignment with the truth of who we are? How about we give up the self-sabotage, the criticism, the self-doubt, the inauthentic behaviors, the jealousy, I could go on and I will, like the criticism and the anger and the greed and the gossip, right? How about we give up those things that take us out of the light of the truth of who we are? Yes? Yes. Let's commit to that, not just for Lent, but always and always, giving up those places of darkness, places where we put out our own light. So it's also Ramadan right now, and I think of my Muslim friends and my teachers Kabir and Camille talking about how fasting is about taking us closer to God. But I also see this guy that I had the privilege of meeting one time. I was traveling for music, and I flew into Chicago, and I couldn't figure out what the flurry was about, all the hurry and the flurry and the scurry was about, until I realized that all flights were stopped, and all the hotels were booked. And I was like, oh, this was not my final destination. So I had to get a taxi or Uber or something for like an hour and 30 minutes outside of Chicago. Hour and 30 minutes. And I'm like, woe is me. You know, it's been a couple of hours since I ate. Like, I need food. I need nourishment. I need a bed. I was being old, poor me, right? And I get in this car with this guy. I believe his name was Omar. Sweetest guy in the world. And somewhere in mid-bite of my granola bar and my bottled water, I realize it's Ramadan, and this man is Muslim, and he is fasting. Even though the sun had just gone down, he picked me up right before the sun went down, and I'm like, oh, wait, let's go get you something to eat. He's like, no, it's fine, really, it's fine. I'm like, no, really, I'll granola bar, you know, whatever. I'm just feeling like, you know, he hasn't eaten since like way early this morning. We had the most, I still haven't forgotten it, and it's been over 10 years since this happened. We had the most amazing, we hugged when we got to the hotel. We hugged and exchanged information and like stayed in touch for a little while. And the thing that struck me the most was how he kept talking about how much he enjoyed the fasting, because it was a time of remembrance, a time of coming back to feeling closer, an intentional time of doing this practice that made him feel closer to God, that made him want to live that way in close relationship with the divine every day. The other thing that stuck out to me that I still remember was how shocked he was that I was okay with him being Muslim. I'm like, what? He said, you just seem so okay with me being Muslim. And I said, well, I am. I have Muslim friends. I have 2 teachers who are Muslim, and you know, I practice Sufism, which is the mystical aspect of Islam, and he said, that's just not always my experience. Wow, right? And here is this beautiful man living the best he can to be in close relationship with the divine, and people not seeing that heart. We are given such an opportunity every single day to live in such a way that we see past the things that rub us the wrong way, the people that grate on our nerves, or the people that we want to judge, the things that want to separate us from other people, which is God in expression, right? Had a conversation just yesterday, as a matter of fact, someone asking what we believed. How do you feel about Jesus? I said, I love Jesus, and he loves me right back. I teach, you know, the best I can in our teaching to follow the teachings of this master teacher. I said, and we also teach the teachings of the Buddha and Muhammad. And so then that got us on the Muslim train. And then he started saying, well, they don't even believe in Jesus. I said, actually, they do. They just also believe in Muhammad, who brought another message. So how many ways do we separate ourselves from things we don't even understand? And so what I'm asking us to do is not be that example in the world, but instead to be the example of love and trust. And that, that sign says, my message is the infinite flows with intent. The infinite follows the intent, which is what I'm eventually going to get to. But we have to have that inner communion going on to really engage in this law of mind action that we teach in this teaching, instead of all the separation that we can get into. So let's go back to the reading. Morgan, thank you for that. The reading, peace aids in healing, since it is the peaceful mind. See, this ties in, you see. Since it is the peaceful mind that is receptive to renewal of our natural pattern of wholeness. A receptive mind is what it takes to align with that pattern of wholeness at our very core. And to have that, we have to have that peaceful mind, to have that receptive mind. And so the affirmation, again, is I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me. I'm aware of the peace of God that lives within me. Can we remember to tap into that and bring ourselves to an awareness when we've forgotten, right? When we feel off, just tap it out, touch it right here and say it. I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me, and I eagerly let me be its grateful recipient. I am the place where God stands forth in the world as me. That's the underlying affirmation for this month. It's like a little tag on the end of all the affirmations for the month. They don't usually do it that way, and I think it's kind of neat. Zarina is on it. There it is. I am aware of the peace of God that lives within me. I am a place where God stands forth as me in the world. So it's really not about looking out here to fix the world, is it? I love the Rumi quote that says, seek not for love, but rather seek to remove the barriers within to love's presence. Fill in whatever it is that you're working on. Seek not for money, but rather to remove any barriers within your consciousness to the presence of flow of money in your life. Seek not for loving relationships, for intimacy, but rather seek to remove the barriers in your own heart to intimacy's presence in your life. That's why I love this class so much. Man, I'm loving it. This book is just like bam, bam, bam. In case you forgot in the last chapter, bam, I'm going to hit you again. Oh, wait, maybe you forgot. I'm going to put it right back. It's about you. It's about you. It's about you. It's about you. It's all about you, right? Keeps bringing it back to what's in your consciousness, what's in your consciousness, what's in your consciousness. Because we're just living in this reflective universe. It's just shining it right back. In one of my favorite daily readers, the Science of 365, Science of Mind 365, I ran across this week. Feels appropriate. When Jesus said that we should seek the kingdom of heaven first and everything else would be added, he was telling us that when our consciousness lifts itself above confusion, when our consciousness lifts itself above confusion and enters the peace of the Spirit, then our word spoken from this center is acted upon immutably, producing the desired effect. When we lift our consciousness above confusion, not just when we say, oh, I want it, oh, I wish for it, oh, I just need it. When we become it in consciousness and lift our consciousness above the circumstance, because staying stuck in a reaction about something is not going to create a different something, okay? We have to move and lift above it. Last week I talked about not having to worry about the how because it's not our job. I talk about that a lot, but rather to decide to focus on the what it is that we want to experience in our individual lives and in our world, and let that be our focus, trusting that the infinite takes care of the how. So let's take that a step further, because it's intention plus attention. It's not just enough to say, this is my intention, this is what I want. Okay, universe, give it to me. We have to become it, to attract it. And we do that by watching where our attention goes. Okay? Give me a personal topic. We won't take on the world affairs just yet. Give me a personal topic, anyone. Just say a word. Prosperity. Okay, the intention is prosperity. So then the attention, is it on opening ways, removing the blocks to prosperity, opening ways to let the flow of life flow through and as and in and back and forth through me and from me and to me and from me and to me? Or is my attention going to bank account, bill, past due, I'm not saying not to pay attention to those things, because of course we do. But spend more time with your attention on feeling the feeling that you will feel once it's different. Do you see what I'm saying? Once it's different. You stay intending on the future, but fixated attention-wise on the now. Intending the future and attention on the now. So you're going to hear for a while probably about the farm cleanup projects, because it's going to make lots and lots and lots of talks, I'm sure of it. We have some acres that we are working on transforming. They had three chicken houses, those big commercial ones that my dad had when he was still chicken farming in 2002. One of them splat to the ground, the other's about to follow suit, and we're working on this cleanup. And so when I first started going over there, it was kind of like cleaning out a garage, and you open the door and go, yep, that needs to happen. And you know, no, that's too much. Ever had those projects? Ever had those intentions, those goals, where you're like, you think about it and you're like, So the last few Saturdays, at least, I've been going over, spending some time on the property, and yesterday the only thing I wanted was to get these cattle gates away from the chicken house before the excavator guy comes and pushes the house down. I wanted these cattle gates. They were my daddy's. They're still in good shape. I want them for my horses, and I wanted to get them out, and they are wrapped. Might as well be barbed wire. They're wrapped in briars, like 20-something years worth of briars, okay? And I'm over there, I'm like, this is a perfect little example of, living spiritual practice. I'm just going to clip, 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 ow, right? Does this feel like life? Right? You clip, clip all mindfully and present moment attention for just a minute, and then you go hastily and hurt yourself. But here's the other lesson. Then I was like, wait a minute, Mr. Excavator guy, could you come and get these briars out of here so I can pick up these gates? You follow me? We don't have to make it so hard, and we don't have to just quit when something feels so big. We can ask for help. We can do it a little snip, snip, snip at a time, and then when it comes too much, because I did get one out, but then the other two were like, yeah, try me. Then you ask for help. You say, okay, this needs a bigger plan, but you don't give up. If you've never been to Wing Haven, Reverend Ned turned me on to Wing Haven. If you've never been to Wing Haven here in Charlotte, this is your spring. She shows off in spring like no other time. Have you been to Wing Haven? Raise your hand. Oh, we got some babies in here that have not. You owe it to yourself. Between now and middle of May, any time of the year is beautiful, but especially the month of April is exquisite. And it started one brick at a time, one bird feeder at a time, one bush at a time, with this lovely young couple that decided they were going to give each other a piece to the garden for every birthday, every holiday, every anniversary. And it is now one of the most spectacular gardens you will see anywhere in the world, in my opinion. It is phenomenal. Wasn't planning on talking about that because I've done whole Wing Haven talks because there's lots of nuances there. But the point is, she had a vision. This woman had a vision. She said, yes, I will marry you if you let me make a garden. Build me a home, and she gave him the specs, and then tell me I can have a space for my garden. And so he built her a pretty good-sized house for the time. And starting route to Wing Haven. I'm so glad you're listening. And then it was just this red, you make sure you see the video when you go, because it shows the house, this white house, one tree, and a red lot. And now it is a magical, magical garden because it started with a vision. And then they didn't get overcome by the daunting task of making that vision. I'm so excited to show you what Snow Meadows is going to look like. Right now, it's looking like some chicken houses that fell flat after being sitting there for about some 30 years or 40 years, or longer than that, because I remember fixing them when I was 8. So anyway, you do the math. But I look forward to showing you the vision that's in here and in here, and is happening one little briar snip, gate removal, piece of tin, wearing gloves, learn that lesson, at a time, okay? One little at a time. So you keep your intention on that future, that prosperity, that health, that family harmony, that relationship harmony. You keep your intention on that, and then you stay focused on, but where is my attention right now? Is my attention contrary to where I say I'm going? And if so, I bring it back, because I'm the one driving. I'm the one at choice here. The universe is just saying, I got you, and I will support you, and I will take care of that how. The infinite follows the intent, and the attention fuels it. And I think that this whole process is beautiful. And if you could see that mess, you'd probably laugh. I was going to send Zarina a picture of the briars in the fallen chicken house so you could see, but I decided I'd wait until there was a little more progress to give you a little before and after. But that pursuit of that intention. Y'all know who Tabitha Brown is? Yeah. Vegan goddess, love her, Tab. She always ends all of her conversations with, y'all have a good day now, and if you can't, don't mess up somebody else's. I love that, good advice. But she did a video recently talking about her journey from barely paying the rent to being a multimillionaire. And she said, this stuck out to me. She said, God honors the pursuit. What? God honors, that should have been the title. God honors the pursuit. That God within us, that spiritual awareness within us, that essence of the divine expressing as us, it honors that pursuit, right? It's that process, understanding and aligning with that process. And there was so much more I wanted to say, and I realize I need to wrap it up, so I'll just say that last week was Einstein's birthday. And I love that quote that he said, you can't solve a problem at the level of the problem, right? You can't solve it. So staying stuck, going back to what I just said a minute ago, staying stuck on a reaction about something that's happening that's not going the way you want is not going to make something that you do want show up. So we get to move our attention to match our intention. And we keep moving our attention to match our intention. And we just keep going. And when we need to ask for help, we ask for help. And we just keep going. And we keep going. And we keep going. Deepak Chopra said, your intent for the future is for the future, but your attention is in the present. And dear Bishop Dr. Barbara King, she worked strong and she worked steady, and she didn't let anyone tell her no. She was just like, whatever, I'm going to be a preacher. Watch me. And she was an amazing minister and teacher and leader. And she said, I know what I came here to do, and I'm going to do it. So whatever it is that you're cultivating in your heart, that you really want, that's calling you, that's just pulling you, I know what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. Because something is calling you. And with that, we will share it in song form. Come on, Reverend Renee.
You're not going to tell them the story? Which one? The other one about the can? The can exploding?
Oh, whatever. I should have. Yeah, I called her yesterday. I'm like, you know what just happened. Somebody had rented one of the chicken houses and stored stuff in it, like his empty beer cans. And I was shoving a bunch of stuff, trying to be my own little excavator, and one of the 20-something-year-old beer cans exploded in my face. It was,
She sent the picture. I'll put it online for you. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feel like I'm walking on marbles. Can't feel the earth beneath my feet. Is my naked, where am I? My head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. Sorry. I can feel my heart begin to pound. Everybody say something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling, a little bit deeper. Ever been before.
Long dark dark night my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep.
Something's calling me. I'm just gonna do it. A little bit deeper than I've been before. I can do it. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Here we go, download. Oh Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Try it. I surrender my life to you. To you, oh. Go back to here. We're going to give our life to Lord. Do it. We're going to reclaim it. Oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, draw me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I know I'm not the only one to live inside these blurs. Oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Lord, oh Lord, give my life, I give my love to you. Deeper than I've ever been before. Compassion's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My faith keeps calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little deeper than I've ever been before. God is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Ooh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Please don't apologize. That was the perfect real-time example of keeping that intention on the... No, you're not. Keeping my intention where you want it to go and keeping your attention right there. It's been interesting day today. I had a flat tire on the way in. We've had some technical issues. We've had different things, but still a perfect example of what I just talked about, because my intention was to feel Spirit move. And it just keeps moving when we let it. Yep, there's another microphone right there. I know you like to use it. You go ahead.
Because typically, if something like that happens, the singer will choke up and feel like, oh, I've ruined it, or whatever, which has been in the past my response to something like that. But because you sat there, you supported me, you loved me, and I called in on a favor from the universe, I was able to stand here and reclaim a tiny bit of it. And what I reclaimed was, or what I let go of, was that ego that says that I'm not good enough. So.
And how perfect that it was saying, I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender. Right? We think surrender, we think we're going to get to the place of surrender and it's going to be la. And sometimes it's not. So Reverend Ned, will you do our affirmation for our children? And whether they're in this room on Sundays or they are wherever they are. Mine was not feeling great today, so that's where she is. But wherever your children of the world are, we affirm them. Thank you.
Ah, yes.
And the child in you, absolutely.
Okay. So, to join me in the children's affirmation, do we have them up yet? Okay. We do. Children, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way you are. And I'd like to remind you that I will be available to do spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer for you, and it is truly my honor and privilege to look just beyond the appearance and see and know and bring forth the spiritual truth that you are. And I invite you to join me in our conscious giving affirmation. It is a spiritual practice which is divine love moving through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life.
You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You're being blessed by. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance.
Thank you.
Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance. Live in abundance. You are taken care of. I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love.
Yeah, I can do it. Just treat closer. Oh, I place this hand with great intention that this is pressed down to overflowing, multiplied. Like manna from the sky, I see great rivers of abundance flowing in and through each and every one of us as we remember the source of our good, the source of our abundance, the source of our prosperity is always God. God moving in, through, and as us. There is nothing and no thing that can stop this community from growing, can stop us from growing in our abundance and our prosperity in our life. For this, I am so, so thankful. So thankful for the love that exists right here and right now. So we shine our light out from the front door out into the community, knowing that we are the living example of God in someone's life today. And so it is.
So it is.
is another chance. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance to live in abundance.
To live in the abundance of joy and peace and love. Thank you for joining me there. Live in abundance. So grateful, so grateful.
Live in abundance.
You are taken care of.
I am taken care of. We are taken care of by the Spirit of love.
Yes. Thank you, Reverend Renee and Kim Nipshin, for joining us today. And Shari, always, and all of you. We have some fresh bread that came out of the oven just a few minutes ago, so join us next door for some fresh bread fellowship. But first, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Sing it with us. God is my source, like you mean it. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. I love it when we're 10 minutes late and y'all don't want to leave. Thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. How about some love? Love is my source.
God is my source.
Love is my power.
My power.
Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings.
all my blessings.
Love gives me everything I need. Just the voices. Ready? God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God is my power.
God gives me everything I need. Really soak it in. So I give thanks. For all my blessings.
all my blessings.
God gives me everything I need. God is my source.
God is my source.
God is my power.
God is my power.
God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings.
all my blessings.
God gives me everything I need. Just that last part. God gives me everything. Convince yourself. God gives me everything I need. Last time. God gives me everything I need. Woo! Woo! I love doing church with y'all. Let's go have some bread.